Hello, welcome to the video, welcome to the conversation. Sorry for the frown, the sun's right in my eyes today. There's nowhere else for me to sit right now, but I'm gonna jump straight into, this is gonna be more of a reading. I think my last few videos have probably been more readings than conversations, which I'm not too happy about. It's kind of straying away from what it is that I'm meant to be doing here. But we'll conversate along the way, I imagine. So the first card today, the first card out is the Five of Pentacles. And this is talking about how the heavens have been left out in the cold to a certain degree by the majority of people. You know, the divine has been left out in the cold. The divine, by and large, humanity's hearts have been closed off to the divine. But that is coming to an end. Well, in the past, we'd have to open our hearts and open our minds and use our free will to kind of connect with the divine and have that close relationship with the divine. But because the divine was out in the cold, because of the time that we was in, what's the best way for me to explain this? During that time, during the time of the divine only being a big part of our lives, with us calling it in and us striving to do what was necessary at the time to connect with the divine, that was largely because the energies were blocked to a certain degree, and the idea within most of the minds of mankind towards divinity and towards the heavens and the angelic beings and God and whatever other character or characters are under that umbrella, with the majority of mankind closing themselves off to those energies, it kind of made it even harder for us to connect even when we wanted to. But what we're talking about here, or what God wants me to talk about here, is how mankind's access to those energies are about to become, are already becoming, and as time goes on, becoming even more easier to connect with. And it's actually going to be the other way around, and those energies are going to be seeking us being mankind as a whole. And there's going to be an acceleration of miraculous happenings and miraculous events that's gonna give access to the divine to enter into our lives and enter into the psyche of mankind in general, a lot more than they have done in days gone by. And this is orchestrated by God himself. The divine realms are going to be going into overdrive when it comes to communicating with mankind and communicating with beings on this earth. As a tool to accelerate our individual journeys along the path that we're going to be partaking in over the next months, years, decades, centuries maybe. So this is an attempt to speed up the overall mass, what word's trying to come through here? Mass migration into the spirit realm within our hearts. Yeshua said when he walked this earth, Jesus said when he walked this earth, that the kingdom of heaven is within us. And these energies are going to be communicating with us in such a profound and abundant way, as a means for mankind and humanity to easily access the kingdoms of heaven that's within us and really connect with them in a way that is undeniable to each individual. And the divine are really, really excited about this. I can feel like almost a giddy energy from the heavens, inside and outside of myself, above and beside myself. And the second card's the Knight of Wands. This is going to be happening very, very quickly. Action is being taken as we speak. And going back to the Five of Pentacles, the first card, there's a guy who's injured outside, walking in the snow with what I presume is his mum. So, just like I've said on other videos, even at times of pain and strife, that can still be the divine's doing, the divine's like the divine's hand could very much be in those unfortunate events, unfortunate being what they seem to us at the time. But the divine knows more than we do, and sometimes they're done for growth. Sometimes they're done to sit our asses down and force us into hermit mode, which is basically withdrawing from the world and withdrawing from those around us, withdrawing from life as we live it on a day-to-day basis. And that's what's going to be happening to a lot of people, and sometimes in the form of like injury, or in the form of seemingly unfortunate events. But it's all going to be for the greater good. So with the Knight of Wands and these things happening, you know, they're going to be coming in hot and heavy. They're going to be coming in. There's going to be mass awakenings across the world, a lot more than what there has been, and there already has been like a crazy amount of mass awakenings across the world, and it's happened in stages as well, but it's happened in ways that are different from what I'm picking up on here. What I'm picking up on here is like a new strategy, a new plan, a new divine plan. And it's in order to save us from the darkness of this world. These plans have been put in place in order to counter plans made by the darkness, plans made by the evildoers of this world, who are trying their best to hold on to the power, the little power that they have left. So God is fast tracking people across the world to become warriors in the army of the light. And he's laughing at that. Third card, strength. Third card, strength. Strength of heart. Strength of character. Strength of mind, body and soul. During this growth, this time of growth, that God will be imparting on mankind. Strength in every sense of its interaction with mankind, strength in every way that it can be intertwined into the human experience will be broadened and will be expanded. So our mental strength, our physical strength, our spiritual strength, our strength of connection, the strength of our prayers, the strength of the family unit is going to be returned. Strong bonds will be found, and strong bonds will be planted and watered like a beautiful garden. And the strength of those ancestors that came before us will be imparted upon us as individuals. And the versions of ourselves that are of yesterday, the versions of ourselves from 2 minutes ago, last year, the versions of ourselves that will no longer linger within our minds, within our human experience. The fourth card, death. No longer will any hint of the people we used to be available to us in any way, shape or form. We will literally be reborn, which is exciting. This is a whole new kind of message for me. I have heard messages that have been similar, but for this to come out here and now is completely new for me. So exciting. Life as we know it will be completely changed. Life as we know it will be gone. Our old lives will be dead and gone. And we'll be plucked up and flicked to pastures new. Even if we're in the same place, it'll seem like a whole new place. Everything will be renewed. The cells of our body will be new. And it'll happen very quickly. It'll be a miracle within itself. Last card, the Eight of Cups. We will be willingly walking away from that old life. We'll be happy to see that old life in not even in the rear view mirror, because we won't see it in the rear view mirror. It'll be like a distant idea, not even a memory. It'll almost be erased from our memories and replaced with new ideas moving forward. There will be like a singular movement forward by all, almost like we are all one with the same goal and the same ideas at mind. Okay. And our magic will be reignited, our true magic nature, in the same way that Earth is just floating in the middle of space, spinning with the seas and the mountains almost welded to the surface. That is an example of what magic is. Like, magic is something that can't be fathomed right now. Something that defies all logic. Something that defies explanation. But our true magic nature is going to be made whole in the future. I'm seeing back in the days when the pyramids were made, and we hear of blocks being floated by certain vibrations, and life being magical on a daily basis. We're gonna far exceed those days. Those days will look like us to them days now. Wow. And the bottom of the deck was the Wheel of Fortune. This is the fortune of mankind. This is the luck of the draw. We're alive in a really special time. Something's changed. Something's changed. We're in a whole new world. Exciting times. Thank you.